Good evening, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to have to switch things around a little bit. We have soccer just started up, so my schedule is going to shift a little bit. I'm going to see, right now, let's plan on doing team calls on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday. And starting next month, I may, since Team Courage calls are going to be going to once a month, the first Monday of the month, I may switch our call to Monday nights and we'll kind of see how it goes, what you guys want, and maybe do a team call every other Monday with that as well. So we don't have one every single week, or we could do one every single week if that's what you guys want. So I'll get some feedback and see what you guys want to do. Some of us are also going to be starting the John Maxwell, so that's going to be taking a little bit of time, especially with webinars and stuff. So I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want to make sure that you guys have all the information you need and help you need to be able to grow your business and become better coaches so that we can help people. So a few things coming up this month. In a couple of weeks, we start Coaching at a Glance. So I think this is going to be the last month that we do this. I know a lot of you don't have a lot of success with Coaching at a Glance, and I don't either. I do better with just personal message and sharing a webinar. But I think next month, what we're going to be doing is bringing Coaching at a Glance to more of a personal level and just sharing those 5 daily posts with the individual in a private message. So we're not going to be sharing all those posts all at once, but every day you will be sending them that daily post. So that way they have it right there in front of them. The group, I think people just get lost in and they tend to not check in with it, and I don't know. I just don't have a lot of success with it. So we're gonna try this, and then Summer is also going to be doing 2 monthly webinars, coach sharing opportunity webinars, so that there's a place for potential coaches to plug in as well. And we'll see how that goes. And if that seems to work for people, then we can do a team one as well, sharing the coaching opportunity webinar with our team to make it more personal. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just trial and error and see what works best. And we're trying to make things simple for you guys too. So we'll see how that goes. But this month, Coaching at a Glance starts in a couple weeks. So make your list and start inviting. All of us have, friends, family that would be interested or benefit from coaching, whether it be for just simply the accountability, getting the discount, or maybe helping out their family financially. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to share it with people. It's been an amazing opportunity in my life, and I have no problem sharing it with people because I know what it's done for me. And you guys know what it's done for you. And what it can do for you. So don't be afraid to share that with people and share your heart and share your passion and why you love being a coach. You're never going to be taken negatively if you're just genuine with people. So don't be afraid to do that. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you about too is I'm going to be trying a few new things with my challenge groups. One of those, which I had posted earlier, was about doing just a simple accountability group. And this, I was going to have a place for challengers who have completed a 30-day challenge and have finished their program, and just a place for them to keep plugging into, to keep them going, to keep that momentum going. And it's also going to be a place that I'm going to plug people into that are not ready for a challenge group yet, are not ready to work through a Beachbody program, but are just kind of interested in having accountability. Now, the group I'm not going to have structured like I have my 30-day challenges. I'm not going to be sharing meal plans in there. It's strictly going to be for accountability. So I'm going to hop in there, share my workout that I did for the day, maybe share what I had for lunch, share a Shakeology recipe or something like that. But it's just going to be a place that people can come together and, just be held accountable for whatever they're doing, whether that be running, walking, going to the gym, whatever it is that they want to have that support for. That's where I'm going to put them. I'm also going to use it. I'm hoping it will be a way to bridge the gap from people who are not quite ready for a challenge to work into a challenge group. I think being around that support and having the option to have more one-on-one support, more help with meal planning, nutrition, and having a specific program to work through. I think I'm hoping that creating this group will make that transition a little bit easier. So we'll see, again, trial and error. The other thing that I am starting this month is I'm going to do a Made to Crave challenge group. No, this one is, it's going to be my first time doing it. I've read the book. I love it. And as soon as I was reading it, I made a list of people, challengers, past challengers, and people I've just chatted with that I knew would benefit from this book. So I wanted to offer it to people. My original intention was to make it strictly for my challengers, but I've kind of gotten a lot of positive feedback from it, from a lot of different people. And so I think I'm going to open it up as to anybody can join. You don't necessarily have to be working through a program, but I'm not going to be sharing meal planning, anything like that. I think I'm going to kind of keep it more like I'm going to do my accountability group, but do the study as well, because I think a lot of people would benefit from it. And I mean, that's the reason why I became a coach, is to help people. And I think this is a fantastic way to do it. And, even though I'm kind of opening it up to everybody, and it kind of is going to make it a little bit harder to make Success Club, but I think in my heart it's what I want to do, and I'm excited for it, and I know a lot of other people are really excited for it too. So again, it's just going to be a trial and error. We'll see how it goes. If it's something that gets a lot of positive feedback for, I may, when I run challenges, include it as a welcome to our challenge group. If they've purchased a challenge pack, send it to people if I think it will help that much. So let's see. Hold on. I think we are having problems with the meeting. Hold on. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the meeting, but we're just going to have to go with this. Okay. So, all right. With all that, tonight I wanted to talk to you about coach placement, volume, and just kind of help answer some questions. I know we have a lot of new coaches, and it all can seem really confusing. And to be honest, volume is, it's going to take you some time to figure out. So, Okay, so okay, anyways, so it took me a long time to figure out volume, and it's still something that I'm kind of, you'll get little pieces of information that you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. So my goal is to help you guys set up a solid business, because there are a lot of things I've learned over the years as a coach that I wish I would have learned or known when I was a new coach, because it would have set my business up better. But since I can't go back in time, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that you guys are set up correctly and will benefit the most from how you set up your business. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. I'm also going to go over a few things that I get a lot of questions about, especially in our back office. I'm going to open up my back office and open up my husband's back office so that you guys, I think it's one thing trying to explain it, but to actually see it, it might make a little bit more sense. At least that's how it works for me. So I'm hoping that will help you. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is we're just going to kind of go over coach placement and, rank and weak leg, strong leg, and we'll get onto volume. It all kind of ties together. So I'm just going to start off at the basics with my clipboard. So all of us start as a coach. So we're on the top. Now, to be an active coach, you need to have a 50-point volume. So the easiest way to do that is to be on Shakeology. So if you're on Shakeology every month, that's 90-point volume. So you will be active. Now, it is best and you will be more successful as a coach if you are active. So being on Shakeology and being a product of the product really does go a long way. I have never seen a coach that has not used the products ever be successful. So, this is a journey and we are all on this journey together. I'm working every single day through a program, working on my nutrition, working on my fitness, trying to be healthy and trying to be the best version of me. So that's what I try to project to people, because that's what we're in the business of, correct? We're trying to live healthy lives and help people do the same. So if we're not doing it, we're not going to get people interested in wanting our help, because if we're not walking the walk, then why are they going to want to come to us? So lead by example. All right. So as an active coach, if you want to build a business, now I have a few coaches who just simply want to soak in the discount, which is totally fine. Or they just will want to sell to friends or family on occasion. And that is totally fine. As a coach, you have that option. There is no, sales volume you have to have, to keep that discount. There's absolutely nothing you have to do except pay your business fee. And if you're a military coach, you don't even have to do that. So, if you're just one of those coaches who just want to be, easy breezy with it and just kind of do it at your own convenience, you're perfectly fine being here. Now, if you want to actually make coaching a legitimate business, like I have, and it wasn't my goal when I first started out, it was something that I just kind of got into, then your first goal should be hitting Emerald. Now, Emerald is you're going to have one active coach on your right leg, and you're going to have one active coach on your left leg. So in order to be active, those coaches need to have 50-point volume. Easiest way to do that, have them on Shakeology. So once they're active, and this coach over here is active, then you will hit Emerald. Now, I strongly encourage, if you are married, or even if you're not married, but you have a family member or a trusted friend, have them be your second coach. And you're going to want to put them on your weak leg. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But so let's say you have a best friend who you're like, hey, I started this coaching. I really, think it has a lot of potential. I'm excited. I love the products. I love what it's all about. I'm really trying to, make a financial contribution to the family. I really want to have something that's my own. I really want to help people, whatever your reason is. Why don't you join me? And they say, yeah, I would love to. Then you're going to sign them up on your strong leg. Now, your strong leg, and I'll show you this when we go in our back office, is going to be your leg that has a higher volume. Now, as a new coach, you're going to have a strong leg, and you're going to have a weak leg that is going to be nothing, because that's going to be a leg that you're going to have to grow yourself. Only your personally sponsored coaches and their coaches are going to be building that leg. Your strong leg is going to be something other coaches above you. So it'll be me placing coaches under that leg, and coaches who are above and below me, placing coaches on that leg as well. So that's going to be building up the volume. Now, those coaches that are being placed by other coaches aren't going to help you reach a higher rank because they're not your coaches, but they are going to help you with volume. So they're just as important, if not more, because I will show you that rank is good to a certain point, but it does not mean that you're any more successful than, anybody else, because I'm obviously not high ranked, but I do very well. So you're going to have, we'll say this is your strong leg. So you're going to have, a higher volume on this leg. And then this is going to be your weak leg. So that's where we're going to want to place your significant other. Because, and I will show you this as well in a minute, this is essentially going to be your second business center. So for me, I have, my coaching business, and then my husband is also a coach, and I am building him as well. So I have two business centers. I have mine and I have his. So I have two sets of customers. I have two sets of volume, and I have two paychecks. So that is, if you're looking to do this long term, that is what you want to do, because they're going to be placed at the top. And as you grow, their volume is going to increase. And not only is their volume going to increase, but yours is as well. And I will show you how to kind of build to take advantage of that, to help you both increase your volume. So once you hit Emerald, then you don't want to stop there, because you're going to have coaches that are going to be, want to be on Shakeology for a couple months, and then they're, either not going to, they're going to put it on hold for a couple months, or, they may decide that they don't want to use it anymore, or whatever it is. So they can go inactive. Once they go inactive, you're going to drop rank. So it's very important, once you hit Emerald, to keep adding coaches, because this is not only going to help your volume, but it's going to help your business grow as well. I think a lot of people think like, oh, once I get Emerald, like I'm set, but that's not how it is. Like, you have to continue to work. That's what sets it apart. This is why this is not a pyramid scheme. I bet right now a lot of people are like, I wish it was a pyramid scheme, because if it was, then you could just be sitting pretty, making money and not having to do anything. But not with this. Like, you have to keep working hard and growing and adding coaches to your business to be able to build that volume and to be able to take advantage of it financially and make that residual income. Because in the long run, I mean, as new coaches, you're going to be, the majority of your income is going to be working off your commission. But as you grow a team, that commission is going to be pretty insignificant, and you're going to be having more on team cycling as time goes on. So as an emerald, every time you cycle, you're going to make $14. As a ruby, it's $16, but most people don't hit ruby. They go either emerald to diamond. Ruby is just one of those things that a lot of people reach. They go straight to the top. And so it's 16 for ruby and 18 for diamond. Now, when you start to cycle is when you have a total team volume of 300 points. Now, that is made up of 100 on one side and 200 on the other. So, if you sign up a coach that is, just going to be for the discount, then you're going to have some volume, but it's probably not going to make 100. And then let's say you sign up another coach on your strong leg that just wants to have the discount. So you're going to have volume from that coach plus volume from that the other coaches that are placed on that leg. So you're already going to be over 100 on this one. So what you're going to want to do is start building your weak leg, because that's going to make you cycle more. So let's say, you sign up your husband on your weak leg, and he's on Shakeology, he's active, and you have another friend who's interested in coaching, let's say either for the discount or for the business. So you're going to want to add them under your coach on this leg, and that's going to help build up that volume. So let's say that coach wants to build a business with it. What that's going to do is it's going to increase your volume, because not only do you have the volume from them being active on Shakeology, but you're also going to be able to take advantage of their customer volume as well. So adding coaches to your team that are interested in building the business are going to be more beneficial to you volume-wise than those just looking for the discount. So what I like to do is coaches who are in it for the discount, I like to put them on my stronger leg. And coaches that are looking to build, I'm going to put on my weak leg, because that's going to help increase my volume on my weak leg to help get me cycling more, so that my residual income can increase. So another thing you also need to consider is if you're shooting for diamond. Now, if you're shooting for diamond, you're going to need to have 4 personally sponsored coaches on each leg, and one coach on each side needs to be emerald. So you need to have a coach. Let's say you signed up, another coach who was, really gung-ho and just super excited about it. And, they signed up 2 coaches. Bam, they're emerald. What I like to do is try to get your significant other to emerald next. So, if they're interested in, building the business themselves, or if you're interested in building it for them, what you can do is, if you have 2 coaches that, 2 people who are ready to sign up to be a coach, just sign them under your husband. That way you can get him to emerald. Not only will that help him cycle more, and for him to take advantage of cycling, it's going to help your volume on that leg as well, to increase it so that you can cycle more. But you've just set up your second business center. So that's one thing to consider when placing coaches. And I think it's important to find out what their goals are before they sign up so that you know where to put them. So if you're going to have, people who are just in it for the discount, and even if they start off just for the discount, they could potentially decide later on down the road that they want to do something with it, like I have, and many other coaches as well, or they're just going to, just be for the discount. So I try to put most of my discount coaches on my stronger leg. And then I'm going to look for, place those coaches who are interested in building a business on my weaker leg to help build up that volume. So, but when you hit, when you're going for diamond, you need to place one of those coaches who is interested in building a business on your strong leg so that you can get one of those to emerald to help you hit diamond, and so on. As you go on, 1 star, you're going to have one of those emeralds hit diamond. And then for 2 star, to be able to hit that rank, you need to have 1 diamond on your left leg and you need to have 1 diamond on your right leg. So it's a lot of luck, predicting, and just trying to see where the best fit is going to be for that next coach you sign up. So if you are unsure about it, don't hesitate to contact me, because I can look real quick and tell you where the best place is to put that coach. But as a general rule of thumb, try to keep most of your coaches that you sign up that are interested in doing the business on your weaker leg. So now, every time you cycle, or every time your weak leg gets to 100 and your strong leg gets to 200, you're going to make, as an emerald, $14. Now, let's say, as you're building your team and you've got a couple rock star coaches on your weak leg and your volume keeps going up, and pretty soon you're at like 1,000 on your weak leg and you're at 2,000 on your strong leg. So that means you're going to cycle 10 times. So during that week, 10 times 14, you just made $140. And that does not include your commission. So let's say you hit Success Club 5 that month, depending on what challenge packs you sold and depending on what your commission is, you could make, well over $300 that week. And that's just something that, is just going to build as time goes on. The longer you are in this business, the bigger that volume is going to get. And that's why it's so important to think long term, because in the beginning, and I'm going to show you this as well, it's going to seem kind of insignificant. You may cycle once and you're like, yay, I made $14. But over time, that $14 is going to turn into, $100, $500, $1,000 each week. So that's why it's important to keep building and really pay attention to where you're placing coaches. Now, once you hit emerald, or have gotten close to diamond or hit diamond, then it's going to be time to, if you have your significant other signed up to coach, to start building this inside weak leg. Now, and this is what I'm doing for my husband, and this is something I didn't learn till October of this last year. So all this time, I could have been taking advantage of this, but I didn't. So right now I work on building my inside leg, because that's still going to help me with my weak leg volume, because it's still on this side, but it's also going to help my husband with his weak leg volume. So I still get all the benefits of having my weak leg volume go up, but my husband is also going to get the benefits of having that volume go up because he's going to be cycling more and therefore be making more residual income. So a lot of my coaches now I'm putting on my weak inside leg, and I'll show you in the diagram as well in my back office. So that's just kind of a little bit of a diagram about volume and rank and a little bit about coach placement. Now, I'm going to take you to my back office. So, okay, so here is your back office. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this, here's a quick recap. So you're going to go to Coach Online Office, and it's going to ask you to sign in. You're going to sign in, and in a minute, this is going to come up. Okay, so this is my husband's back office. Now, as you can see, it's going to have your coach ID up here. It's going to have your rank, which is Emerald rank, your status to let you know if you're active or inactive, and it's going to tell you who your personally sponsored coach is, so the coach that signs you up, your upline diamond coach, in case you need to contact them, and your upline star diamond coach. Now, this right here tells you how many coaches you have in your downline. Now, since Jim's on my weak leg, this is how many coaches are on my downline on my weak leg. Now, over here, this is the most important part. This section here and this section here when coming to your back office. Now, projected personal volume, that's going to be your order volume. So that's going to be, you know, if you're on Shakeology, if you bought a program, whatever you purchase, that's going to be your personal volume. And then this is your projected customer personal volume. So whatever your customers are buying, it's reflected here in their volume. Now, this is going to tell you the total volume of your left and right leg. And that's really insignificant. You don't need to worry about that at this point. But this is where you're really going to want to watch, because this is going to show you your cycling, your team cycle bonuses. So left leg for Jim is his strong leg. So that's where, you know, I was initially building, and then all my coaches that I had signed up are building off of that leg. So this is his strong leg. So its volume is at 18,000. Now, it's at the end of the week, so this is going to be the highest point. So his right leg, which is his weak leg, is at 1,000. So there's a huge discrepancy. But as an Emerald coach, he has cycled 10 times because of how it's so far off. We can only go by this. So 100 times 10 equals 1,000. So he's going to get from cycle bonuses this month about $140. Since he's an Emerald coach, cycle, you get $14, you know, for every one cycle you get. He's at 1,000 here. You need to have a minimum of 100. So 100 times 10, 1,000, which equals that. So you're going to cycle 10 times, if that makes sense. So, so that's where to look for volume. Now, as you're placing coaches, you're going to want to pay attention to this. Now, for my volume as well, I have a huge discrepancy. I have a really, really strong leg, and I have a really, really weak leg. So I have, you know, a huge amount of difference that I'm trying to make up. So what the ideal ratio to have between your left leg and your right leg volume is 2-to-1. 1-to-1 as well, 3-to-1 maybe, but the ideal is 2-to-1. So ideally you want to have this to be 9,000 to 18,000, because that's going to give you that 2-to-1 ratio. If they're pretty close, that's good too. But you don't want it to have this huge, like this is like 1 to 18. Like it's, I need to spend some time like building up my volume on my right leg. And that's what I'm working on, to get this number up so that I will cycle more. So under here, this will tell you how many coaches are signed up under you. Now, it's not your coaches specifically, but it's coaches who, as I'm building my team, as coaches above you are building their team, they're going to be placing coaches under you to help build volume. They're not going to help you with rank, but they will help you with volume, like I said. So sometimes you'll go in your back office and you'll see like, oh, there's like somebody placed under me. I have no idea who they are. And a lot of people think that, hey, is that like, did you give me a coach? No, that's not how it is. That coach will help you with volume, but they will not help you with rank. So you have to have personally sponsored coaches to get you up in rank. So this will tell you how many coaches that are projected to go inactive. This is something really important to look when looking at your rank, especially if you're, an emerald that just has 2 coaches. If one of those coaches is going to go inactive, then you're going to drop rank. This will tell you how many new customers you have, either, customers that have bought through your site specifically, friends and family, people you've given a link to, or shared your website with. Or as you become an Emerald coach and hit Success Club 5, they just changed that, which kind of stinks, but it's okay. You still take advantage of volume, so it's all right. So any new customers that Beachbody sends you will show up here as well. So you have access to them. So when I pop in here every day, if I see I have a new customer, I'm going to send them a new customer welcome, try to find them on Facebook, try to start building a relationship with them. This right here will show you if any coaches have changed in rank. So if you're building a team, this is where you're going to look to see if you have any coaches that have hit Emerald or Diamond eventually. So new leads, this is something you're probably not going to use very often. This is when people come to your website that you are unaware of and want to contact you. And then emails. So any emails you send out or get replies from, this is where they're going to show up. Now, up here, this is your Success Club. This is going to tell you your personal volume. And this says 0 right now because his order ships out at the end of the month. So near the end of the month, this is going to go up to 90. And this is going to change to yes. This is going to tell you what your Success Club points are. And these will show up here. Leadership Ladder, this is a new tool, and this is pretty cool because this gives you an idea of, it shows last month's, how you did last month compared to this month, and then kind of gives you goals to work on for the next month. So last month, Jim made $593 in commissions and cycling. This month he's at 196. It will tell you if if you hit Success Club. It will tell you what your highest rank was. It will tell you how many of your coaches have Success Club points. It will tell you how well your weak leg is doing, if the volume's increasing on that as well. And then personally sponsored team leaders, these are going to be anybody who are diamond and above. So all of yours will show 0 for that right now. It also shows team volume just in a bar graph, and also personal volume. So you can kind of track it through the weeks. I don't really use any of this. I usually have it set at Success Club so I can see the points there. So over here, this is where all new information is shared by Beachbody. So anything that's new, each month's promotions are back here. National wake-up calls are back here, and the recordings are going to be here. Information about upcoming events, summit, Success Club promotions. Here it has Cancun. Any new updates, all of that is going to be back here. So I always check this to see if there's anything new and exciting going on, and to listen to the national wake-up calls as well. I also get the links for each month's promotions are going to be back here as well. It's just a little bit easier to figure out. Okay, so back to volume, and setting preferred placement and placing coaches. Okay, so what you're going to do, what I like to do, they do have a preferred placement option. I don't use this one just because I like to physically see where I'm going to put my next coach. It's just mentally, I like it better. This, it just has like, do you want it on the left and right? But I like to make sure, like, physically click where I want that coach to make sure everything is in the right place and set up correctly before that coach signs up. That way I don't have to try and get that coach switched. If, let's say, you're got 2 coaches signed up, you're ready to hit Emerald, and bummer, you didn't set your preferred placement, so they're both on the right leg, and that doesn't help you rank advance. You have to have one on your left and one on your right. So then you have to go send an email to Beachbody, have them change it. It takes like 24 hours at the fastest that they'll do it, and so you just have to wait. So I like to make sure I have everything set up before a coach signs up so that I don't have to scramble and try to get things fixed. So what you're going to do is go to My Downline and Graphical Genealogy. Now this is actually going to show you like a picture like I was just drawing with people. So this shows Jim. So you're going to be at the top. This is his strong leg. So it's got Kristen over here, who's a 4-star diamond. So she, is bringing a lot of volume in over here. And then this is his weak leg. So this is going to be the leg that all of you guys, your weak leg is going to be the leg that you're building yourself. You're not going to have help from coaches above you. So what I like to do is to set my preferred placement. So let's say, you just signed up a coach, and, you signed up your friend who's interested in coaching. So you're going to put them on your strong leg. So let's say your Jim, you're going to, so left is Jim's strong leg. So you're going to put that person on the left leg. So what you're going to do is you want to make sure it's set at set preferred placement. Never have it on automatic, because then it's just going to throw that person in a random spot. And it's probably not going to be the most, it's not going to be the best place for that coach. So keep this the same. As you advance in rank, you can add another business center, but you do not need to worry about that right now. What you're going to worry about is position. So if this showed you what you're going to want to do, if this is your strong leg, and you're going to want to add that person to that leg before they sign up, what you're going to do, because there's probably going to be some other coaches under here that other people have placed under you. So If you don't, this is going to be open. So what you're going to do is click on this empty man, and something's going to pop up that says, do you want to set this as preferred placement? You've clicked yes. Okay, so what you're going to do if you don't have that empty person is you're going to want to go to the very bottom, and you're going to want to click on the outermost band. So this is what it's going to say. It says this user has been selected for preferred placement. Would you like to see if this changes? You click OK, and it's automatically going to set it for you, and it's going to be highlighted in red so you know exactly where that coach is going to be. So same with the other legs. So let's say that you sign that one coach up, you got them in that spot, and then you're ready to sign up your husband, your significant other, or just another coach to hit Emerald. So you need to make sure that you switch this to the right so that you've just signed your one coach up on the left. Now you need to sign them up on the right. So what you're going to want to do is, if there's an empty person here, click on that and hit save. Or like with Jim, he's already got some coaches here, so I'm going to go to the bottom right. That way I don't have to scroll all the way down. I'm going to click this. I'm setting my preferred placement, and it's done. So then when I can send that, the coach sign up process to that potential coach, they'll sign up and they'll be placed right here, and I don't have to worry about it. So that's how you set preferred placement. Now, like I said before, it's you kind of have to guess how a potential coach is going to be when placing them, and you definitely want to know what their goals are so that you can best decide where to place them. So always, always, always keep volume in mind when you're doing that. So, okay, let's see. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is kind of show you what volume kind of looks like in a progression. So, okay, before I do that, I'm actually going to show you this real quick. If you go down under my business, under my orders, if you click personal orders, this will just show you everything that you've purchased through Beachbody. Come tax time, it's nice because everything's in there. So what I do is I just go in here, click it, print it off, and it has everything for the year for business expenses. Here, we'll show you customer orders. And I had a question about this today, so I wanted to kind of share it with you. So this has all my customers and everything they've ordered. Now, if you click the order number, it will come up and show you what they've purchased. So if you're getting Shakeology leads or customer leads from Beachbody and you're not sure what they've bought, you can click on this and it will show you. So that way you can, when you contact them, you can ask them questions specifically about that. Now, your commission from that sale is not going to be in here. It's not going to say like you made $30 from this commission. What it's going to go under is order volume. So all of these that say 0 are customers Beachbody has sent me that haven't ordered anything yet. So they're going to show as a 0. Customers who have ordered something, like Mark here ordered $45 worth. Let's see what he got. He got PiYo. So that's going to be the volume. That's not going to be your commission. Your commission for PiYo is probably going to be like $20. And that's not going to show up until payday, so on Thursdays. So for that, you're going to go to My Commissions, and it will break it down for you. So here it's going to show you what your commissions were from the previous week. So I'm going to click on that and it'll break it down for you. So it'll show you that, Jim made $15 from a retail commission. And that's, a product sold, so PIO. And then this is how much he made, $182 from his team cycle bonus. So as you can see, he is making more money on his cycling bonus than he is on his commission. And that is your residual income. That, if you're trying to build a business with this, is this is your goal right here. Because as a new coach, that commission is what you're working for, because that's instant money in your pocket, I guess. And it's hard to visualize volume, but as time goes on and as you build and as other coaches build, your team cycle bonus is going to increase. So each week you're going to be making a little bit more and more and more until the Millionaire Club, these people are making like $10,000 in a week or something. It's like crazy. So eventually it could get to that if you really dig in and work hard. But over time, this is going to increase if you keep building your team. So all in all, it'll show you that you made a total of $196. And you can even click on this and it'll show you what the actual commission is. So $14.96 for PIO, just the PIO is what your commission is. So, okay. So that's kind of how that works. So you can look in there. So you have a better idea. Okay, so for my volume, this will show you your volume for the entire time you've been a coach. So Jim signed up to be a coach the week of January 13th, 2011. So he made nothing. He had no volume. He was just a new coach. This is going to be your personal volume. So this is just a volume for everything you've bought. So then he got on Shakeology. Still, he had no volume because he had no coaches. So here, 6 months later, he got a coach because he's having some volume on his left leg. But he only has one coach. He doesn't have another coach. So this is still 0. So he's not going to make anything here. All right. And here it's 0. He hasn't made anything until August. This is when Jim went Emerald. And I had placed a couple coaches under him to help build volume. So now he's cycling. Here he cycled once. Here he cycled once. Here he cycled, since this one didn't quite get to 100, he didn't cycle there. Here he cycled, twice. And as time goes on, the volume gets bigger and he'll be cycling more. Now, this, Jim, I didn't build up early on, which I'm kicking myself now. I wish I would have, because then these volume numbers would have been a lot higher. So it wasn't until like 2013 that his volume went up significantly. So as you can see, like his strong leg has increased over the years. So it was at like 0, and then it went to 180, and then we were getting a little bit more. It was up to 450, and then pretty soon it was being consistently higher and higher and higher, and now it's in the high thousands. And his right leg or his weaker leg is getting a little bit bigger as well, as you can see. So then he's going to be cycling more. So now, I've been working really hard to build that up. So now we're hitting in the thousands. So, and that's just going to increasing as I keep building on that leg and as well. So I hope that kind of helped explain it a little bit more so that you kind of have an idea of what it looks like to kind of start off in the beginning, because I know a lot of you are going to be looking like this, but as time goes on and we build our team, it's going to increase, okay? It just takes time. And a lot of this is just time in. That's the only thing we have on our side is, Jim's been a coach for 4 years now. So you've had 4 years to build up this volume, and with consistency, consistently building your team, consistently trying to hit Success Club each month, consistently sharing and posting on Facebook, and keep putting yourself out there and inviting and helping people, and inviting people to your team, that's all going to help build this up. And you just have to give it time as well. I mean, that's a huge factor, and a lot of people are in it to, I want to be rich right now, but it's not the case. It takes time to build up. You're slowly pumping that well, so that eventually you're going to have that trickle, and that water flow is just going to get stronger and stronger, and things are just going to kind of move forward, and it's going to be a lot easier. So I hope that helps. I don't think there is, let me see, another thing I can show you is if you go to my downline under personally sponsored, this will just bring up all your personally sponsored coaches, all their information, what they've ordered, if they're active, anything like that. The sponsorship drill down will show you, if they have any coaches that have signed up, what their Success Club, if they've hit Success Club, anything like that. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions about any of that, I know it's a lot of information. I've been talking for almost an hour. So, but that's just something, it's going to take time to learn. And I am here to help you because I over the years, I have made all the mistakes. So I know how to kind of set you guys up so that you don't have to make those same mistakes I did, and so that you can have the best start possible. So don't hesitate to contact me. If you have a coach that's ready to sign up and you're not sure where to put them, or you still don't quite understand the volume, that's why I'm here to help, or, other coaches, your upline, don't hesitate to contact us, okay? All right, so I'm going to end this so you are not falling asleep. But please, I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions.